Let's focus now on AI pedagogy. How, and we just had that seminar of SUHF on AI pedagogy, how pedagogy changes and maybe also changes in the future based on what's currently happening. And in this seminar, there were several speakers from Swedish and Nordics universities speaking. I was also one of them. And we came to some observations what's happening. For example, a very important aspect of pedagogy, which is often not really given when you just interact with ChatGPT, is that the knowledge has to be verifiable. We need to make sure that the data generated or the text which is given out by ChatGPT is actually true. And ChatGPT is actually a tool which does not provide that directly. It's very hard. It often comes up or just creates some links which are actually not existing, or some even scientific references it just came up with. So this tool, like AI for EDU, makes sure that the information which our generative AI creates is verifiable. Also needs to be reliable. Quite often, machine learning methods alone, even though I'm a professor in machine learning, to admit they are not 100% reliable. Actually, it's almost never existing a purely machine learning based method which is always correct. These methods are statistical methods. They are trained on large amounts of data, here large amounts of text. And if some of these texts are wrong and the machine learning model has been trained on them, the model output will also be wrong. But it becomes even a bit worse. The output it generates is also a bit stochastic. So even if you ask the same question over and over again, the answer can be sometimes right, but sometimes also wrong. A very simple example is if you, maybe now it's already kind of cured by ChatGPT, but in other tools, if you ask how many letters, how many A's does the word holiday have, it will probably say 1. But if you then ask it, no, it's 2, sometimes it will get convinced you're right, it's 2. Sometimes it will stay with 1. Or actually, sometimes if you ask for longer words like sustainability, it might not be always correct with the letter count for all the different letters you might be interested in. The next thing is responsibility. When you use an AI to generate ideas for possible projects, or in teaching, you tell the students, now come up with a project you want to do together to combine AI and music, which is a very nice idea and really makes learning way more engaging. However, these suggestions which come up might not be always responsible, so they might potentially lead to harm if you really implement the projects as they has been suggested by some large language models. So we need to be careful that the tools we're using and providing are responsible. Furthermore, they need to be inclusive. AI is very helpful for inclusive education. So we can adapt prompts if we use generative AI and text inputs to interact with them. But we need to make sure that they really are, and that we do not exclude some minorities. So very often it's happening that these systems are actually biased, or that they have some, that some people feel, oh, we are not represented in this data. And finally, we need to be transparent. We need to show as a teacher we have used AI for generating this material, but also as a student, I have used AI when I created, maybe I first created a first draft of what I want to speak about, and then I used AI to check, did I really cover everything which I probably should cover? And with that feedback, I have then improved the text. I finally created a presentation, and I used AI to check, give me feedback on the text I've been finally writing, and maybe here and there improve the text. Be transparent about how you use AI, and use AI.